I'm on to a third stage of a drawing. Now I've gotten just the textural base, a bit more of my form, and now I really want to start bringing my form out. I'm gonna really rely on my powder, my pencils, and erasing with some fine-tuned detail. So the first thing I'm gonna do is tear my edging paper to get a nice fresh edge. And I'm gonna go back in and pull up my lightest values here. I'm gonna revisit those, add some more apparent light source to my drawing. Again, I'm playing with that directionality. As I kind of sculpt my plants through light once again, I really want to see if that's kind of translating in the space as well. Pulling up some of those lighter values, seeing if I can still maintain a texture to them. This new edge will help give even more dimensionality by adding that kind of next layer of crispness. I'm gonna move around and see how accurate I can be to my plant. For value, just using that edge to kind of dance around my piece. You can always switch out for a different torn edge when needed. I've got this piece here curving forward and kind of out. All right. I'm going to pull a little light back into my pencil textures here. Okay. Got some loose kind of scraggle pieces coming off the plant's base. I'm going to kind of describe these thin moments here. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is play with an even smaller amount of texture. I am going to use edging with my pencil now to play with some more expressive techniques of mark making onto the plant to get this to feel descriptive and dimensional. I'm going to start just by kind of playing with a stippling process of laying my pencil down to make kind of some more expressive stippling marks that will help me know this is the plant separate from the background, and it will also give that pencil a pull forward. This object is going to start to pop a little bit more. Playing with all different ways to hold my pencil is also going to benefit the way in which I make these marks. Okay, maybe I'll add just a little bit more. now that will pull my plant forward here, I'm going to add another option. I'm going to get my dirty piece of edging paper with graphite on it, and I'm going to rub it onto my plant now. It's going to pick up the fiber of the paper. That's just another option to pull things forward, giving more dimensionality and texture and individuality. Okay, that just added a little bit more continuity to my drawing. I'm going to go ahead and start to push values deep again. Remember, this is a back and forth process. I might do this, I might do that. It's all in response to the previous layer. So I'm adding an extra sharpness here to that foreground moment where I've pulled the value up, I've added texture, and now I am helping that shadow increase in that background by touching it once more with that powder. Trying to maintain some of those lighter, thin moments, but they're so delicate. I do want them to kind of merge with the space just a little bit so that we can barely see them. I'm going to do the same thing on this other side here. Just start to transition from dark to mid to light to communicate that light source. Trying to preserve the light erased moments and visit with that powder around them. Okay. I'm going to push that into the space just a little bit more. Try to refine the edges. Okay. So this is really crispy. I want to bring that same approach back into my plant just a little bit and start to push things in space a little bit more. Start to just build my values as it hits my plant around the space. Trying to maintain that pulling of space between the plants to become just a little bit more descriptive of the light moving behind it. Just using my hands as a method of touch to kind of push space, even things out, send things back. Okay. Starting to really get some dimension here. I can continue this on if I were interested in now playing more with bracing an underbelly shadow. I could start to bring my pencil in to add more life to my plant. I can also simultaneously use my eraser to create some streaks and some highlight pops that might be on this little sharp spiky plant of mine. Not sure what this is. Maybe it's, I thought it was aloe. Gonna try that a few more times. Get that soft light casting from the spiked moments. Remember, I'm doing all of this without using pencil to draw it with outline, which is really unique because now I'm just creating more dimensionality through all of my weird, non-traditional yet historical approaches. Okay. So I hope this helps. I hope this gives a little bit more of a visual of what a drawing could do to start to achieve reality. I know this does not replace the methods of drawing that you were familiar with when you walked in this class, but I hope it supplements them. I hope you can add this now to your belt of artistic tools and explore the possibilities of non-traditional texture and edging, layering, doing something, undoing it, doing it again, and how that creates a richness to your drawing. Okay, I'm just gonna try to add a few more details here. Maybe of that spiky texture of this plant. Okay. Starting to get a little bit more. I can freehand some things as they go back into space to soften a little bit of inaccuracy or suggestion. Okay, maybe play around with texture of my kneaded eraser again. Get a little more clarity here. Okay. All right, well, I hope that helps. Again, you can always play with pushing things back, having them come forward, staining. Yeah, get playful. I hope this helps. Let's see if I can't build this to a more final state.